Hello everyone, this is Automata. We're back. We're playing Kerbal Space Program. Here we are. We're in the middle of a flight. The last episode we were looking to launch, and now we are looking for orbit. Picking right back up where we left off. I am tilting. Yes, I'm in orbital view. I'm watching this gray line here. This is the orbit of our spacecraft. I'm looking to get it to extend now over. We're in space. We are in space. Our space capsule is in space. In fact, I could probably reduce that even more now because we don't have any wind resistance anymore. We are in space. Trying to make this gray line right here go around the planet. If we get it around the planet, that is orbit. We're gonna tilt. We're gonna tilt. We're gonna tilt. Until we're just about, there we go, right there, right about there is where we want, because our apostasis is being made. Oh, whoops! I meant to increase that to full power. Alright, we need to increase that. Our apostasis is going up still slightly as our trajectory here gets bigger. I know you're going, well, how can we see? Well, we're going to scroll out. And yeah, you see this gray line. Once this gray line goes around the planet and the lowest point is above 70,000 meters, that is orbit. And we're very close to it. Okay, gonna go back to map view because our S2 is just flamed out. And we're gonna launch. Ignition of the final stage. Service module. And we'll scroll out here. I want you to see where we're at. We'll keep tilting downward and keep tilting downward a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And there we go. Periapsis. This is the low point of our orbit. And congratulations, we have achieved orbit. Our orbital, we have an orbital inclination of what appears to be 0. We're on the equatorial plane of the planet, with a low point of 83,464 meters and a high point of 134,750 meters. This is the acknowledgement that we have completed our mission. So we're going to garbage that now. Okay, go back to our view of our capsule. I would go on an EVA, but we can't yet. So, yep. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to speed this up a little bit. Can't speed it up very fast. 10, I think 100 is, or 50 is as fast as I can go right now. And we're going to get to here. And we're going to raise our periapsis to over 120. Now our apostasis isn't raising all that much higher. It's going to rotate a little bit. There we go. And there we go. The reason we went for this is because this way I can set this to 100x in terms of time warp. We have now completed essentially completed our first orbit. We're going to fly over the Space Center here soon enough, which is right here. It's on the edge of night. It's our first orbit. Yes, I have it sped up, but orbit takes about 30 minutes of elapsed time if you actually play it through. There's our second, and we're completing our second orbit. And then we're going to complete our final orbit, and we're going to look to land somewhere different. Okay. Approximately 1 hour 40. Yeah, 1 hour 4. Okay, we're going to go back down. We're 1 hour 43 minutes into our flight. We're looking at our periapsis, our low point here. And we're going to go back. We're going to rotate back around to our apostasis. That's the terms that they've used. We're going to go back up to 100 here. We're going to rotate back around to that. And we're going to go back just back to that. The reason is because we're going to pass just by it. And we're going to point, we're going to thrust towards our periapsis. This is going to lower our orbit now. We're going to come out of orbit. We've completed 3.5 orbits. It's now time to come down for a landing. I have plenty of fuel. And we're going to land there. I have plenty of fuel. We're going to speed this up a little bit. And we're going to go back to this view here. And we're going to come up to this. We'll make another descent burn here soon. We're going to speed this up until we're going to go to 10x, because then we're going to cross 70,000 meters and it will automatically reduce us back to 1. And we're going to begin our descent burn. And the reason we're firing the descent burn is we're going 22,665 meters per second. I don't know about you, but that's kind of fast. And while we'll hit the atmosphere and we will go through re-entry, if we go that fast, there's potential for disaster. So we're going to use our fuel. We're going to try to burn as much of this down as we can. We're going to pass through entry interface here in just a moment. We're not technically high enough due to gravity, but we're going to pass through entry interface. When this little needle here passes this first white line, we're going through what's called entry interface, and then we're going to start landing procedure. In fact, that's entry interface. I'm going to do one thing real quick. That is loud. We're going to reduce. I wish I could just reduce the whole thing. Is there? No, there's not. Spacecraft. We're gonna put this down to 30. Okay. There we go. Close. Back. Yeah, that's a little better. I know it's kind of blaring loud. I'm gonna adjust that down. Probably adjust that down even further. As we continue our orbital descent burn here, you'll notice we've not gone down a whole lot in terms of height, but we have greatly reduced our speed by almost 1,000 meters per second here, and we're looking to put down even more. So we're just going to keep going here. We are going to land. Landing is happening. A landing is guaranteed, in fact. And we're going to keep right on the periapsis. This is what this little marker means here. We're going to keep right on periapsis, and it's going to continue to just roll us down here. And yes, we are plummeting out of the sky now. We are kind of like a giant brick falling out of the sky. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut the engine now, and we're going to do our separation from our service module stage. And I'm going to turn us around here. And we are now passing into a thicker part of the atmosphere. We are going to begin actual re-entry. Control is a lot easier when you just have the capsule, but that's because the control wheel's in the capsule itself. That flying off way into the distance, that's what's off the service module. Although we might have beaten off enough speed that we're not going to go through a heated re-entry. In fact, we're not. I was able to beat off enough speed with the rocket to do that. That's it's kind of a first. Usually I go through something. Okay. Now we're under 10,000, so I'm going to go ahead and release the chute. Looks like we're going to splash down here in just a moment. That's getting further away. I'm going to speed that up now. Looks like it's going to be a water landing, so we're going to keep going. The chute will deploy at 500 meters. Yep, I just heard that. We're going to slow down for that and successful deploy and speed back up until we splash down here at sea level. And that is this is a successful mission. We achieved orbit, which was our primary objective. I'm not even going to EVA. We're going to do a crew report. Okay, here we go. That way we get a little science out, a little more science. Okay, then we're going to recover. I could go back to the Space Center, but then it's just sitting there, and we're not getting anything for Jeb just sitting there. So here we are. As you can tell, our science went up. Return of a vessel from Kerbal orbit. We got 10 science just for that, and 2 science for the other part. Next, return of this equipment here. Jeb is now level 1. We got ourselves some more stuff. Upgrade 70,000. Astronaut complex. I can have 2 more. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go back in here first. Okay. I mean, yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. The penalty for that incompletion is not major. Explore the moon. Explore the moon. Nice. I'll take it when I can have 3 missions. I'll actually take this because there's 2 huge portions to this. Or there's 4 huge portions. I get so much on each completion. And then there's a completion of all as well too. The overall, which is it's a huge undertaking. It's like when John Kennedy told NASA, "You will go to the moon," and they said, "Okay," and they said, "You have X amount of time," and they said, "Yes, sir," and they did it. They did it with 6 months to spare. Let's see here. RT-10 solid rocket booster. Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay. Visual sort. Well, what do I do with this? Taking a crew report. We'll take that. I don't know where that is. I don't know where some of these things are at. I really don't. I really don't. Okay, we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go into R&D. I'm gonna burn a little science here. Advanced rocketry, construction, flight control. I like this part too. This part's very nice as well. The winglet lets you make a lot more control. Inline wheel. This cockpit is for this cockpit right here is for space planes. Yeah. This is a fun little thing. I can use this to send stuff to the moon and back or anywhere else. I can perform a mission. I don't have to have the I don't have to risk any curbs. But they're gonna make me choose. You evil. We're gonna go back. Okay, okay. No, okay. This is where it becomes hard, trying to figure out what to do next here. This is the rocket I'm using right now. I've got parts on. I gotta take those parts off, put the other parts on. That's okay. I can do that. That's easy. The missions. It's the missions. I don't know what to take here. I want something that's going to pay decently. It's just, it's all like, here's garbage. This is all garbage. And that's the problem I'm having. This is all garbage. I mean, it's just like, here. This is all we're going to give you. We're going to give you garbage. I don't know where to go with this. They're not giving me a whole lot to work with. I got a couple, but these are all missions from basically visual survey. I'm going to take this other visual survey mission because they're both worth something. Here's what we're going to do: active visual survey and taking a crew play above 16. I don't know where these sectors are. I can't tell you where they're at. I really can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video. I'm going to figure out where these sectors are at, and then when we come back, we will go ahead and we'll go for those next. Just over 100,000 Kerbal dollars here, and we will pick up there. So until next time, remember, we successful orbit. We're moving. Next up, figuring out where everything is. Have a good one.